Good morning, everybody. My name is Rhett Strickland. I'm actually here to talk to you guys today about emotional intelligence and what it means to put it into practice in the workplace and the 5 components of each one. How many of you know that there are 5 components in the emotional intelligence? All right, good. So a few of you know about it so far. The ones that are unfamiliar with it, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the 5 key points and what it means to actually be an emotional intelligence leader. Being that I will actually explain to you how to actually put this stuff into practice as well. It serves as a value practice in our workplace and many other workplaces. It's a highly sought after thing to practice, and because it can bring you great career progression, and not only that, but it also allows everybody to know what type of leader you are. I work in this environment, and this is something, especially in our sales environment, that we use on a day-to-day basis. I've been doing this for several years now. I've been practicing this since I've been here, and I was practicing this before I got here. Being that I was practicing this before I got here, I knew nothing about it. So this is me actually learning the importance of this, but not only that, I've learned what I do and how it actually comes into language for me. So today, I'm going to share with you the emotional intelligence in the workplace and how to put it into practice. So to begin, I'm going to tell you a little bit about emotional intelligence and what it actually is. So emotional intelligence is the capability of individuals to recognize their own emotions and those discern between different feelings and label them appropriately. To use this emotional information to guide the thinking and behavior and manage and or adjust emotions to adapt to environments or to achieve one's goals. So it was actually a psychological theory that was developed by Peter Salvoni and John Mayer. It was actually later developed by Daniel Goleman into the 5 steps, or the 5 components of it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go over each component, since you guys know a little bit about what emotional intelligence actually is. So the 5 components is going to be self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skill. So being that these are the 5 components of it, and each one of them plays the part in the emotional intelligence. So for self-awareness, it's the ability to recognize and to understand your moods, emotions, drives, and as well as the other and how it affects the other people. So the thing about the self-awareness is going to be the Delpheric Oracle. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but it's the know thyself. So that's why I feel like this is really important, because you have to know yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to show transparency to others. It's understanding. This is understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, your needs, and your drives, and how it affects other people as well. So this is one of the key components in emotional intelligence, just due to the fact it's basically just being honest with people. That's what I really take from this, is just being honest with individuals. That's a big part of this. So self-regulation. This is the second component in emotional intelligence. It's the ability to control or redirect destructive impulses and moods, the propensity to suspend judgment, and to think before acting. So you really have to think before acting, because us as humans, we actually, we go off of biological impulses when it comes to our emotions. Sometimes we let the emotions get the best of us. You cannot do that. You have to me, when I'm out coaching and stuff like that, I'm actually just pretty bland. I don't show much emotion when it comes to it, and the emotion that I try to portray is the positiveness. Because as leaders, we need to definitely be in control of our feelings, and we have to be reasonable when it comes to our actions and show fairness to others. So that's a big part of this, is showing fairness to other individuals. So always think before you act. So the third one is going to be motivation. It's a passion to work for reasons that go beyond money or status. Propensity to pursue goals with energy and persistence. So strong suits, is the motivation, this is going to be one of my big key, for me, it's one of my big things that I do on a day-to-day basis. I don't come in here to try to earn a big salary. Yeah, that's nice, but I come in here to try to achieve goals. And I try to get my people to see that that's going to be the most important thing. You're achieving your own goal. In motivation, you're trying to achieve your own goal without a recognition of an external factor like money or a title or anything like that. You're simply achieving goals to achieve goals because that's what drives you. So always keep that in mind. Now the fourth one is going to be empathy. It's the ability to understand the emotional makeup of other people, the skill in treating people according to their own emotional reactions. So this is actually the easiest recognizable one. Most people show empathy. If you don't show empathy, you might be a psychopath. So, this doesn't mean to appease everybody. You can't appease everybody. It's not possible. It's really thoughtfully considering people's feelings. So this you just have to really think, what's the best thing for the business? That's what's really going into this, is what's the best thing for the business. Also, but you have to consider people's feelings. Again, you can't help everybody. You have to get their buy-in. That way, when you're giving feedback, they take it as constructive and not a negative thing. Next one's going to be social skill. How many of y'all seen The Waterboy? Nobody seen The Waterboy? Kind of? All right, so if you haven't seen The Waterboy, I'm going to give you a little quote out of that to kind of start this one off. When the mother in there is saying, she's telling Bobby, you can't go to college, you don't have the social skills, okay? I don't know if y'all remember that or not, but what that is it's the proficiency in managing relationships and building networks. The ability to find the common ground and build rapport with your people. So they portrayed him as kind of awkward in this, in the movie, so it was hard for him to actually build and have a connection with individuals. So with him not being able to build rapport with his individuals, it makes it a little bit harder to show the emotional intelligence. It's not just about building that relationship, it's actually about being friendly, but you have to be friendly with a purpose. So it's not just, hey, how's everybody doing today? You have to be friendly with doing it for a reason. So that's something that we use in sales a lot. I mean, we use that with our customers and everything. So you have to be friendly with a purpose. You can't just be nice. So everything you do has to be with a purpose, and that's going to fall under the social skills. So the conclusion, now that you've been a little bit more informed about emotional intelligence and how each component works, you'll be able to create a more positive work environment and impress not only yourself, but your leadership team. Going forward, you're going to remember this theory and wonder why this isn't put into areas of the workforce. As again, from the beginning, most companies, they don't use this and they don't practice this stuff. And this is something that we as a company practice and we want to keep in practice. So, it's really important that you use this on a day-to-day basis, because it's all about connecting with your people. It's all about getting to know your team and your individual. That's the key to this, is getting to know your people, but do it with a purpose. Don't just do it to be friends.